Hello friends, how are you all? I hope so all are good. So yesterday we have finished our chapter Separation of Substance, NCERT class 6. So today we will start the exercise of this chapter. Now we will discuss the question answer of this chapter. So let me start from the first question. What is the first question? Is there any doubt in the chapter? I think so all of you revised the chapter. All of you revised? Yes. So let's start. What is the first question? Back exercise of the chapter. Why do we need to separate different components of mixture? Give two examples. Why do we need to separate different components of mixture? When two or more substances are mixed together is known as mixture. Firstly, we have to discuss what is mixture. Firstly, we have to describe what is a mixture. When two or more substances are mixed together is known as mixture, and sometimes different components of mixture are not useful or may even harmful, so we need to separate different components of mixture. Firstly, we have to discuss what is a mixture. So when two or more substances are mixed together is known as mixture, and sometimes different components of mixture are not useful or may even harmful, so we need to separate different components of mixture. Clear to all of you first question? Now second question. What is winnowing? Where it is used? We have to discuss what is winnowing. Method of separation, winnowing. Discussed in the last video. Winnowing is used to separate heavier and lighter components of mixture by wind or by blowing air. So, winnowing is used to separate heavier and lighter components of mixture by wind or by blowing air. And where it is used? Farmers to separate. It is used in fields where farmers to separate lighter husk particles from heavier seed grains. So clear? Again, winnowing is a method by which we will separate heavier and lighter components of mixture by wind or by blowing some air. Where it is used? Farmer to separate. It is used in fields where farmer to separate lighter husk particle from heavier seed grains. Clear? Two questions clear? Question number third. What is third question? How will you separate husk or dirt particles from a given sample of pulses before cooking? Yes, I am not writing the questions here because you all have your books, or can say all of you have some notes from which are provided by your school. So see the question from these notes. Only answers will be there, because if I am writing questions there is a wastage of lot of time. So there is a wastage of lot of time. So I am writing only answers. You need to understand the concept, what is asked in the question and what we have to write in the answer. Only I am explaining these things. Other things are provided, questions are provided in your book also, or you can say notes also. So what is husk? How will you separate husk or particles from a given sample of pulse? Husk or dirt particles from pulse are separated by hand picking. Yes, pulses are bigger in size and husks are smaller in size, so we will separate by hand picking. Separating slightly large size impurities like piece of dirt, stone from wheat and rice. Yes, clear? How will you separate this? By hand picking. Clear to all of you? If we have pulses or rice or wheats, we will separate the impurities by hand picking method, because husk or dirt particles, stalk or stones are smaller, you can say lighter in size, and these particles are bigger in large in size. So there is a difference in size, and we will use the hand picking method to remove the impurities from pulses, rice or wheat. Clear? Question number 4. What is sieving and where it is used? Sieving allows fine particles to pass through the hole of the sieve. How sieving is happening? We will sieve the material by using the sieving, and by the fine particles, or you can say holes, fine particles of material will be passed through the holes and will be left over with the impurities of the particle. And in flour mills, where it is used in flour mills. In flour mills, impurities like husk, stone are removed from wheat by using sieve. Clear? First, second, third question, any doubt? If is there any doubt, you will comment. I will give the answers. Now question number 5. Yes, next is question number 5. So what is the question number 5? How will you separate sand and water from their mixture? How will you separate sand and water from their mixture? Step of separating sand from water. Allow mixture to sand settle down at the bottom. Clear water form at the upper layer. Gently pour this water in another glass. Yes, if we take one glass of water and add some sand in it. So if it cool down, or you can say leave that solution up to some times. So after some time, what we have to see, sand will settle down at the bottom and clear water became at the upper layer. Make a upper layer red in the solution and remove the upper layer of the water, and we will left over the sand in one beaker and clear water in the another beaker. So this is separating method of sand from the water. Clear? Question number 6. It is possible to separate sugar mixed with wheat flour. If yes, how you will do it? It is possible to separate sugar from wheat flour. If we mix some sugar in our wheat flour, that it will be separated or not? Yes, it is possible to separate sugar with wheat flour. How? Mix sugar and wheat flour into a lot of water. We will mix the sugar and wheat in the lot of water, and then we will filter it by using a filter paper. On filter paper, we will get wheat flour. We will dry the filter paper. We will get the wheat flour in dry form. The filtrate is sugar water mixture, and in filtrate we will get the sugar water mixture, and by evaporation we will get the sugar again, and we will left over the water vapors. And if we put some ice on the water vapor, then we will get water also by using the condensation method. Clear? Yes, it is possible to separate sugar from wheat flour. Firstly, we have to add a lot of water, then filter it by using the filter paper. On filter paper, we will get the wheat flour, and we will dry it, and we will get dry wheat flour. Then in filtrate, we will get sugar water mixture, and by using evaporation method, we will get sugar also again. And if we using condensation, then we will get water also. Yes, question number 7. How would you obtain clear water from a sample of muddy water? How will you get clear water from a muddy water? Methods of obtaining clear water from a muddy water are: allow muddy water to stand. If we put full a bucket of muddy water, allow to stand, then muddy will be settled down. Then mud will be settled down at the bottom. Upper water is clear water. We will pour the upper water with gently, or we can say carefully, in the another bucket, and we decant it and filter this water again to remove traces of mud particles. Again you have to filter the water to get the pure form of the water. So again you will filter the firstly we have to decantation use, then we will have to use filtration. Two methods are there, decantation and filtration. Firstly decantation, allow the muddy water to stand. Mud will settle down at the bottom. Upper layer is clear water, so we have to remove gently upper layer of the water in the another bucket, and decantation will happen. Then if you want to get the clear water, then again filter the water. There are some mud particles also, which also are removed after that. Question number 5th, 6th, 7th clear to all of you? Take a look. Yes, question number 8 now. Phillips. First part. The method of separating seeds of paddy from its stalk is known as threshing. In field, when farmers make the bundle of wheat, or you can say paddy, so what method is used there to remove the food grains from these bundles? Threshing. So answer is threshing. Part B. When milk cooled after boiling is poured on a piece of cloth, the cream is left behind on it. This process of separating cream from milk is an example of filtration. So again, when milk cooled down after boiling is poured on to a piece of cloth, the cream is left behind on it. is if we filter some cold milk having the creamy by a piece of cloth. So we can say milk will be poured from the small holes of the cloth and we will left over on the cloth with the cream. So this process is known as filtration. So this process is known as filtration, because if we like this is the cloth, if we pour some milk, so we will left in the beaker with milk and cream is left over the cloth. Next part, salt is obtained from sea water by the process of evaporation. Yes, all of you know that salt is obtained from the sea by the process of evaporation. Next question, impurities settle at the bottom where muddy water was kept overnight in a bucket. The clear water was then poured off from the top. The process of separation using in this example is known as decantation. When a bucket is full of muddy water and we will stand, or you can say we will left over the water over the night, so what will happen? The clear water is become the upper layer of the bucket and we will pour the upper layer of the water, we will get clear water and we will left over the mud in the bucket, and this process is known as decantation. This process is known as decantation. So next question number 9 is true false. A mixture of milk and water can be separated by filtration. A mixture of milk and water can be separated by filtration. False. Milk and water both are soluble. We cannot separate them by filtration because we will use water and milk as much we can. There is no limit of using water and milk, so we will not separate this by using the filtration method. A mixture of powder, salt and sugar. A mixture of powder, salt and sugar can be separated by the process of winnowing. No. False. Winnowing method is separate using by when we use some what is the process of winnowing? What is the process of winnowing? Winnowing. You remember these things by some code words. Winnowing. Wind means wind. In this method, wind is play a very important role. So we put some solution, or you can say some mixture on a sheet of paper or on a stalk and at our shoulder height, and we will tilt it by using wind or by blowing air, and lighter parts will be thrown away and heavier will be make a heap under the sheet of paper or whatever substance you will use. So this is totally false, because salt and sugar both are same size of particles, same weight there, so there is no lighter and heavier particles, so there is no application of winnowing. Separation of sugar from tea can be done with filtration. Separation of sugar from tea can be done with using filtration. Yes, it is true. We can filter sugar from tea by using filtration, by using a filter paper. Question number 4. Grain and husk can be separated with the help of process of decantation. Grain and husk never be separated by using decantation, because decantation used when there is water, or you can say when there is a solution type of mixture, not a solid form. There should be a solid and a liquid mixture. Then we can use the decantation method. So it is also false. Only one is true. So question number 10. Lemonade is prepared by mixing lemon juice and sugar in water. You wish to add ice to cool it. We will make lemonade in summer. Lemonade, loving it. Lemonade is prepared by mixing lemon juice and sugar in water. We want to add some ice. So when we add, should we use ice to the lemonade before or after dissolving the sugar? In which case would be possible to dissolve more sugar? That means we want to ask that we will make a lemonade and we want to add some ice. So when we will add ice, before adding sugar or after adding the sugar? And if we adding before, then how much sugar? And if we adding after, then how much sugar? In which case more sugar is added. So we should add ice to the lemonade after dissolving sugar. We will add ice after dissolving sugar, because on heating solubility increase, on cooling no solubility increase. So on heating solubility increase, on cooling no solubility increase. So we'll add ice after dissolving sugar. It will be possible to add more sugar before adding ice. So more sugar when before adding ice. Before adding ice. So chapter completed with exercise also. This is our last video of this chapter. Completed here, question number 10, and exercise completed, theory completed. So tomorrow we will start next chapter. Revise this chapter. If you learn or revise this chapter on going the dates, then there will no, you can say, no miss happen on your head that, oh, we have to learn these chapters, we have to learn this chapter. So make your work easy. Do the work of today, not take this for granted for tomorrow. Clear? So we will discuss the next chapter tomorrow. Thank you.